Hi guys, it's your girl Rebecca here, and today we're going to be talking about why your lash extensions may be falling out prematurely. Now, I know this is the most annoying thing in the world when it happens, but we're going to go through 10 reasons today why it might be happening, and I promise you we're going to get to the bottom of it.
I've also made a troubleshooting checklist for you to download and use in your salon.
So I'm Rebecca, by the way. I run an award-winning lash business, and I have done for the past 7 years, so I really feel like I've got running a lash business down to a T. So let's get straight to it. Reason number 1, are your lash conditions right? So, is the temperature in your salon right? Did you know your glue will only work properly if it's in the right conditions? The temperature in your room and the humidity in your room needs to be at the perfect level. Now check with your manufacturer, but the golden rule is that you normally want to be around 19 to 25 degrees, and you want to be at around 55% humidity. Now, how do you check this? What you want to buy is a hygrometer. If you don't already have one, they're super cheap. They're about £5 online. I'm going to drop a link down below where you can buy one from, and then you can measure exactly what the temperature is in your room. Now, if your temperature is not where it needs to be, you might need to get a heater and raise it, or if your humidity is not where it needs to be, you might need to get a dehumidifier and lower it. I can't stress to you enough how important this is to good retention. Also, be careful if you have your windows open. I remember I used to have a salon and we had these beautiful French doors and we used to just leave them open all day. And then one day we had the most crazy amount of rain. It was like a month's worth of rain in 3 hours. And I couldn't work out why everyone was calling me up who came that weekend and was like, "Hey Becky, my lashes haven't lasted." And it's because the humidity would have been crazy high because I had the windows open, the French doors I should say, and there was all that extra moisture in the air. Yeah, so think about that one too. Okay, reason number 2, have you prepped the lashes properly? If the client's lashes are too oily or dirty, they're not going to be in a good condition for the lash glue to bond. So if you've got your natural lashes here, you've got a layer of crap, and then you've got the glue in the extension, it's not bonding properly. So you need to make sure there's no traces of makeup, and then you want to use some protein removal wipes to gently clean the lashes and remove any natural oils. Now, if your client has really oily skin or oily hair, then you might need to use a primer. So what a primer does is it dehydrates the lash. However, if you are using a primer all the time and the client doesn't have oily skin or oily hair, you're going to dehydrate the lash too much. The glue's not going to cure properly, and that also means the glue's going to come off prematurely. So you need to make sure you're using the right tools at the right time. Yeah? Number 3, are you using the glue properly? So there are a lot of different factors you need to think about when using and storing your glue. Did you shake your glue before the treatment? So every day you need to shake your glue for like a full minute, and between each client you need to shake it maybe about 30 seconds in the beginning, then you don't need to do it every time. Are you storing your glue right? You need to make sure that you're totally shutting the lid so that no air, no moisture, nothing can get in the glue. You need to make sure you're storing it out of direct sunlight, not next to a radiator, not in a fridge, just somewhere that's cool and dry and dark. And how old is your glue? I change my glue every 3 weeks, which I know a lot of people might not do. They might think it's excessive, but I charge quite a lot for my lashes, and I always want to make sure I'm giving my clients the best, freshest glue. But really, you don't want to keep a glue for longer than 6 weeks. If you've got one that's 2 months old, your glue is too old, and that is why your lashes are not lasting. Another thing, are you changing your glue dot regularly enough? So you need to be using a fresh drop of glue, I reckon every 20 minutes, 30 minutes at the latest, okay? And that way you're ensuring that you're giving your clients fresh glue. You don't want the glue that's on your dot, your jade stone, your ring to be gloopy at all. It needs to be like a liquid, runny consistency all the time. Reason number 4, are you using the right glue and are you placing the glue fast enough? So you can normally get 2 different types of glues in eyelash extensions. You can get a fast set drying glue and you can get a slower setting drying glue. So a slower setting glue tends to dry or cure, if you really want to get technical, in about 7 seconds. So that means by the time you dip the lash in the glue and place it on the natural lash, you have 7 seconds. So you don't, if you're dipping that glue and then you're like rummaging around looking for a lash that you haven't isolated and then you're placing it, you're taking too long. In that process there, that time that you've dipped that glue, all that time it's just curing, it's already starting to dry. So if you've missed that 7-second window before you place it and hold it onto the lash, your lashes aren't going to last. And a quick setting glue is around 1 to 3 seconds. So that means you've only got between 1 and 3 seconds to stick that lash in the glue and place it on the natural lash. So that's more of an advanced glue. You need to make sure you're using the right glue for your capabilities. If you're not sure whether the glue you're using is a quick setting glue or a slow setting glue, you want to talk to your manufacturer because they should know, and if they don't know, they're not a good lash manufacturer. You don't want to buy glue from them. Okay, reason number 5. Did you get a bad glue? Now, this happened to me once and it was like the worst. So, I bought a glue from a beauty wholesaler's, not from a lash specialist place, and all of a sudden, oh, someone at the door. 1 minute. Are you expecting someone, Patty? Hello? No, none of that's ours, I'm afraid. I've only got a Nissan Juke. Sorry about that. Okay, let's try that again. So, reason number 5, did you get a bad glue? So this happened to me once and it was the worst. So, I bought a glue from a beauty shop instead of going to a lash specialist place, and like I was doing everyone's lashes for like a week, and then everyone was messaging me, Becky, my lashes haven't lasted, Becky, all my lashes are coming out, and then I realised it was everyone since I've been using this glue. So I ended up having to redo a whole week's worth of people again, which was pretty tough. But yeah, sometimes you do just get a bad glue. So what you want to do is you want to avoid buying it from a place that doesn't specialise in lashes, and you want to buy it from a place that's popular, that has a high turnaround, because glue's actually only good for 6 months after it's made. So if you're buying from somewhere that's trying to get rid of old stock or doesn't really sell that much stuff, maybe it's a new brand, you need to think and bear that in mind. I've stopped selling glue from the lash wholesaler. I've got my own premium lash brand, by the way, just because after COVID I had so much glue that wasn't good, and I thought, you know what, I kind of feel unsure with everything that's going on, how often I'm going to be able to sell this glue, and I won't sell anyone a bad glue. I ended up having to throw away hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds worth of glue. But yeah, sometimes you can get a bad glue. So if you're seeing a lot of people from one time coming back, and it is since you've used a new glue, that could be the problem. So, reason number 6, have you used a nano mister? Now, nano misters are the worst things for lash extensions. Why on earth anyone recommends them, I will never understand. So, the way that glue works, if we're going to do a really quick lesson, is that it doesn't dry, it cures. And the way that something cures is by controlled humidity in the air. So basically moisture in the air makes it set. So by spraying a nano mister all over your lashes, you're putting so much humidity into the air and so much moisture, which is a glue's worst dream. You don't want to do that. That's going to ruin your retention. So throw your nano mister in the bin now. Also, next reason, are you using a Superbonder? Superbonders do the same thing. I don't know why everyone's like, oh, they make my lashes last so long. They don't. I don't use them in the salon. I jumped into the hype. I thought, let me try one out for a bit. Then what happened? My lashes weren't lasting as long. I threw it away. Everyone's like, yay, my lashes are lasting great again. I didn't say to them that I'd stop using a Superbonder, but throw it in the bin. Don't use it. It's just a gimmick. Okay, next reason. Your client didn't do the aftercare properly. Now, did she get the lashes wet? Did she sleep on them? Did she do some crazy exercise 24 hours after the lashes? all of these things can affect the retention of the lashes. Those first 24 to 48 hours are such a crucial window where that glue will cure around the lash that we don't want to do anything that's going to mess that up. So I've done a video which explains exactly what I say for all of my aftercare instructions and what you can say to your clients and how you can use it as a time to get your clients rebooking. And I'm going to just pop the video up there so you can see it, and I'm also going to put it in the link below so you can watch it after the video. Reason number 9. Now, had she just come on her period, or was she just due on her period before she came to get her lashes done? So, you know when you're due on your period and then like your skin produces more oil and it makes you get all these horrible spots, which I've hidden with makeup today. The same's with your lashes. Like the week before your period and like the first few days of your period, your lashes are going to be super greasy. So if you've had extensions applied during that time, that can affect the retention. So it doesn't happen all the time. It's something that's happened very rarely in my career, but it's definitely one of the things to ask on the checklist when you are trying to eliminate why these lashes haven't lasted as long. Yeah. And reason number 10, we finally got there right to the end. Is she allergic to the glue? Now, allergic reactions can present themselves in many different ways. It's not necessarily the eyes are going to puff up, the skin's going to get inflamed. I mean, I pray that you never experience that. But another way that a client can have an allergic reaction is her lashes can reject the glue. And the way that that works is they've had their extensions put on, and then the body is literally pumping everything it has to those lashes to like produce natural oils, to produce any sort of residue or substance that can get in between the extension and in between the natural lash, making it shed as quickly as possible, I should say. So I've probably only had this about 4 times in my career, in my whole lash career, and I've lashed thousands of people, but it does happen. If you've been through all of the other reasons that I've given you today and like none of those are fitting, it could be that she's allergic to the glue, and sadly I have had to let those customers go. There's no point using sensitive glues. It's just basically the same as the glue you've got now but slightly weaker, and then the lashes won't last at all or very well with that.
To get your free troubleshooting checklist, simply click on the link below in the description.
But right, ladies, I hope I've helped you eliminate whatever has gone wrong with your lashes. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because I've got so much more goodness which is just going to help you build the lash business of your dreams so we can all make it rain, get the cash, have the life, have the freedom that we want. And it has been such a pleasure talking to you today, and I wish you all the best with your lash career in the future. Mwah.